And I'd like to welcome everybody to our Thursday training call. My name is Linda Acosta, and I am a Diamond with Joy to Live, and I'm your host for tonight's call. And we also have John Kirk, Terry Lewis, and Daniel Everett with us. They are also Diamonds, and they're the ones who do all the work behind the scenes to make it possible to have all of these calls. And I'd like to thank you all, John, Terry, Daniel, because it's great what you guys do to help. If you haven't done so already, everybody needs to go to the myjtltools.com/training page. Again, that's myjtltools.com/training. And it's from that page that John will be doing everything tonight. Tonight, John Kirk is going to talk to you about how to set up and use WordPress to create your own blogs, websites, and other things to promote your Joy to Live business. But before John gets started, the purpose of our calls is to help everyone learn how to build their Joy to Live business. And our goal is to eventually cover everything from self-motivation, free advertising online, advertising offline, how to do face-to-face, everything you need to know to build your Joy to Live business. And there might be some of you who have team leaders above you who are already providing good training. Our intention is not to step on anyone's toes, but to be there to help them if their team leaders can't provide the training. Our goal is to help everyone in Joy to Live. Okay, also, we have no special announcements from the main office. So are you there, John? Okay, so did John get... Are you there, John?
Yes, I'm here.
Welcome. Thank you so much for doing this today.
Okay. We're ready to get started?
We are ready to get started.
Okay. There on the myjtltools.com/training, there is a link that says myjtltools.com/WordPress with the W and the P capitalized. Click on that link. This will take you to a page that says 26 instructional videos on how to install and set up a WordPress blog. Now, these videos are anywhere from a minute long to maybe a little over 2 minutes long, and we're going to try to get through a lot of them today. We may have to do another call next week to finish them up. But what we're going to do is go over each individual video and then take questions about it and try to give the answers. That way we're just specifically talking about a specific video and specific instructions and not everything involved at one time. All right. WordPress is basically what they call a content management system. Basically, you don't need to know HTML or any code. All you need to know is how to type. And WordPress, once we get into it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Basically, you just pick a selection or a box in your back office and you type your text in it and stuff like that. Now, there's several different ways to install WordPress. One of them is you go to WordPress.com and create a free blog there. Or you can have your own domain and install WordPress there also. Either way, WordPress is free. So let's get started on how to create a free blog at WordPress.com. Click on the first video up top that says how to create a free blog at WordPress.com. It will open up a new page. And the video is there. In a few minutes, we'll tell you to click on the video. But Linda, when I click on the video, turn the recording off.
Yes.
Okay, everybody click on the video to play the video.
To get your free WordPress blog and free hosting, go to www.wordpress.com. When you arrive there, click on the Sign Up Now button. The username you choose is going to be the name of your blog. If for whatever reason the blog is not available, the system will give you different ideas that you can use, or you just simply pick another name. Now, the free hosting account for WordPress has some limitations, but if you're just doing this for fun or to have a personal blog, it is a great platform to use. Be sure and use an email address that you can check. You'll be sent a confirmation email in order to activate your WordPress blog. Check the legal button. Check everything. If everything's fine, click on the sign up button. Go to your email address and click on the WordPress email, and then click on the activation link. Then click on Login and head to your blog. Welcome to your new blog.
All right, we just watched the video, How to Create a Free Blog at WordPress.com. Are there any questions about that particular video?
If you have any questions, please press 5 star on your phone to raise your hand to ask your questions. So basically, John, your first video is the sign-up site, right?
Right, that's it. That's at WordPress.com. There's a couple of different ways to do this. We're showing the first one for people who don't have domain names.
Okay, if you have a question about signing up, please press 5 star on your phone, and John will answer your question. And I guess you're good, John.
All right. Everybody go to the next video, which says how to register a domain name. Now, what we're going to do is for people who want to set up a WordPress blog on their own domain, and they don't know how to get a domain name or web hosting and stuff like that, the next few videos is going to show you how to do that. So click on the video that says how to register a domain name. Linda, cut the recording off.
Hi, in this tutorial I'll show you how to register a domain name. First you need to go to Namecheap.com. Namecheap is a very well trusted and reliable domain registrar, and they host thousands of domain names, so you can be rest assured that your domain name will be fine. So what you need to do first is go to Namecheap.com and then enter in the domain name of your choice in this field here. So I'm going to put in mine, which is just a example, yourchoiceofdomainname.com. You can choose the extension. For this purpose, I'll choose a .com, which is the most common. I would highly recommend you either choose a .com. If the .com isn't available, you can choose a .net or .org. I don't recommend any other extensions, as it's not quite as search engine friendly as a .com, .net or .org. So stick to .coms, .net or .org. Simply do a search and check if it's available. If it's available, then you can register it straight away. And as you can see, it's available and you can add to cart. Now, if it's not available, you don't need to worry. You can either choose a .net or .org, or you can choose a different domain name. So you can change it around in different variations of your choice. So if you want to go ahead and register your domain name, simply add to cart and follow these steps here. So I would simply go to Express Checkout and then simply fill in the form and make your purchase. This will guarantee you'll secure the domain name of your choice. So that concludes this video.
Okay, that particular video used one registrar. You could Namecheap. You can also use GoDaddy or whichever registrar you want. basically the steps are the same. If there's any questions about how to register a domain name, go ahead and ask your questions. 5-star.
Okay, you have a question. You have a question from Joy. Go ahead, Joy.
Oh, this is awesome, Jen. I always wondered how you do the blogs. But my question is, that's a totally standalone thing from our capture page or our main website? There's, like, if you send somebody to your blog, is there any way to connect it to your website so they can sign up?
Right. We'll get into that in one of the other videos about how to create it.
Okay. Oh, you can do that? Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. The next thing you're going to need after you've registered your domain is web hosting for that domain name. So we're going to watch the next video, which is web hosting. Go ahead and click on that video. Linda, turn the recording off.
Web hosting. The reason why you need web hosting is to store your website files and images. To get started, go to hostgator.com. This is a very popular choice for web hosting and reasonably priced. So to register for web hosting, simply click web hosting and choose a plan. You've got your hatchling plan, baby plan, and business plan. The difference is the hatchling plan only allows one single domain name, meaning you can only host one www.yourdomainname.com. As a long-term strategy, you want to register for a plan which allows unlimited domain names, giving you potential to host unlimited domains. The next plan above, the business plan, allows unlimited domain names with the added private IP and SSL certificate. This is more advanced. It's best to stick to the baby plan, which will give you more value for money and all the necessities to host your websites. To register, simply click Order Now, and you'll see this, choose a domain name. If you've already registered a domain name, simply enter your domain name in I currently have a domain name and enter it in this field, and then continue to step 2. If you want to register for a domain name using HostGator, you can enter your choice of domain name here. The rest of the steps are quite self-explanatory. Simply fill in the form and your web hosting account should be created within minutes.
Okay, that particular video was using HostGator. You can also use GoDaddy or any other web hosting provider. Daniel, I believe you set yours up today using GoDaddy. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you have any problems?
None at all. In fact, if you go to set it up, you call GoDaddy and tell them what you want to do, and they will set it up for you free of charge.
Oh, great. Okay, there are any questions on that particular video? 5-star if you have questions. Okay, if there's no questions there, we're going to go to the next video, which is how to set up your name servers, which actually tells the internet how to point to where you're hosting your site, your blog at, your WordPress, or your domain. All right, go ahead and click on how to set up name servers. Watch that video. Turn the recording off, Linda.
How to set up name servers to point your domain name to your web host. Now, the reason why you want to do this step is so that you can link your newly registered domain name to your web host. Now, to do that, simply log into your Namecheap account, your domain registrar, and then go to Domains and Manage Domains, and you'll see a dashboard like this. Now, click on the domain name you just registered and go to Domain Name Server Setup. This is where you want to enter your 2 name server addresses provided by your web host. If you're unsure what your name server addresses are, simply contact your web host and request for your name servers. It should have been sent together with your web hosting details. So what you want to do is click on Specify Custom DNS servers, and then enter the 2 name servers provided by your web host and save changes. So now it should start propagating and your domain name will be linked to your web host.
Once again, that was using Namecheap. The process is very similar in GoDaddy or any other hosting provider that you have. Are there any questions for that particular video on how to set up name servers? Press 5 star. Okay, if there's no questions, we're going to...
You have a question? One moment. Okay, question from area code 229, please.
Yes, I came a little bit late, and then I didn't even hear the introduction. I just heard you talking about the domain, so I don't know what you're talking about at all.
All right, this call will be recorded, and all those videos will be available. We're not going to go back through them because it would just delay the call. Tomorrow, go to myjtltools.com, click on recorded training calls, and then scroll down to the bottom and click the link that says WordPress training, and you can be able to get caught up at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to move on, and we're going to assume that everybody, whenever they're going to do it, has completed all the steps in all the previous videos, and now we're going to show them how to install WordPress free on their domain. So click the next video that says how to install WordPress. Okay, Linda, turn the recording off.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to install WordPress on your new domain name. So the first step is to access your web hosting control panel. And to do that, you simply type in your domain name /cpanel. And once you're in, you simply log in. And you need to look for a tool called Fantastica Deluxe. Inside, you'll find WordPress. So simply click on WordPress. And you want to do a new installation. The first field is install in a directory. So for example, if you want your blog installed at yourdomainname.com/blog, then you simply put in blog. But in most cases, you want your blog installed in the main domain name, which is the most typical. So in this case, I'll leave it blank. Then you want to add a username and password, followed by your name, and an email address, and your site name. In this case, I'll just choose and a description, and simply click on Install WordPress. Click on Finish Installation. And your blog is now installed. Now to see if it's installed, simply go to your main domain name or wherever your blog was installed. So if it was installed in /blog, then you put in yourdomain.com/yourblog. As you can see, the blog is now set up. And next you want to customize your blog.
Okay, was there any questions about how to install your WordPress blog? Press 5 star. Okay, if there was no questions there, the next video is going to show you how to log into your administration area of your WordPress blog and start setting it up. So the next video says how to access your WordPress blog. Go ahead and click on that video. Turn the recording off, Linda.
How to access your WordPress blog as an administrator. To control and customize your WordPress blog, you need to enter the control panel, which is located at yourdomainname.com/WP admin. Or if you installed your blog in a directory, you simply add your directory, such as blog/WP-admin. But in this case, I installed it directly in the domain name. So now I need to log in. And I'm now in the WordPress dashboard where I can start customizing and adding new blog posts.
Okay, that particular video was how to access your WordPress blog. I think it was pretty straightforward, but if there's any questions, press 5-star. Okay, I'm going to assume there's no questions. The next one is how to basically change your look and feel, which is called a theme. So click on that next video, how to change the theme. Turn the recording off, Linda.
How to change the theme of your WordPress blog. Changing the theme of your WordPress blog is the easiest and fastest way to give your WordPress blog a new look and feel. To do so, log into your WordPress blog, go to the Appearance section, and then to the Themes. Go to the Install Themes section, and now you can search for themes according to keyword, author, or tag. For this example, I'm just going to go to Featured section, and I can look around to see which theme I like. You can easily preview each theme by clicking on Preview. And this is just an example of how your blog would look like. So let's say I'm happy with this theme here. I can simply click Install. And then click Install Now. And now it's successfully installed. I can activate this theme or I can preview it. Let's activate it. Most themes have its own options, such as this one here. This is a way to customize the look and feel. If I refresh my blog, you can see the changes take effect. To change your theme, you can go back to your themes section and activate any other installed themes. So let's say I want to revert back to the 2010 theme. I simply click Activate under the 2010 theme. And now it's activated. When I enter my blog, you'll see the changes take effect. So that's how to quickly and easily change a theme of your WordPress blog.
Okay, that video was how to change the theme. If there was any questions about that particular video, press 5-star. Okay, if there's no questions, we're going to move on about how to customize your WordPress dashboard. So click on the video that says how to customize your WordPress dashboard. Linda, turn the recording off.
How to customize your WordPress dashboard. When you first log in, you'll see your dashboard. Now this is the main area and default page when you first log in. To customize and control what you see in your dashboard, simply look at the top right hand corner for screen options. You can select and deselect the options you'd like. So if I'd like a more cleaner look and less options, then I would only select the necessary and required options here. So I don't want the quick press, so I would deselect quick press. I don't want the recent drafts. I don't want news from the WordPress blog. I don't want other WordPress news. I can also choose a number of columns, 1, 2, 3, or 4. If I select 1, you can see that it spreads out to just one column. I'll switch it back to 2 for this example. I can also drag the windows and boxes. So now I've customized my dashboard.
Okay, that particular video was how to video, press 5 star. Okay, there's no questions there, so now we're going to move on how to add and edit links. And this comes in real handy where you can add a link to your Joy to Live referral URL. So click on the next video that says how to add and edit links. Linda, cut the recording off.
How to add and edit links. If you take a look at this example, you'll see the blog role. These are the default WordPress links. Now to change all these links or delete them, simply go to your WordPress dashboard, go to the links section, and let's go to all links. We don't need any of these links. We want to feature our own links. So what I would do is select all, and let's delete all of them. The first thing I want to do is go to link categories. I don't want to call my category blog role. As you can see, blog role. I want to call it resources. So what I would do is add a new category called resources. Now I add new link category, and now you can see it here. Now I would add a new link and call this link Top Golf Resources, and then enter a web address. The description is not necessary, and then select the category you want it to be placed in. I just created resources. I'm going to click resources. Now you can add the target. Blank will open in a new tab, top will open in the current window or tab with no frames, and none will open it in the same window. I would recommend you open it in the new window. We don't need any of these options, so we're just going to scroll back on top and click Add Link. So now it says link added. If I refresh my blog, you'll see the link section here, and here's my link, Top Golf Resources. That's a clickable link, which goes to the website I specified when I added a new link. If you don't see the link section on your blog, that means that you haven't activated the links. To do so, go to Appearance, go to Widgets, and make sure that the links widget is added in one of these widget areas. If you don't see it, then you'll see available widgets on the left side here, and then you simply drag it to the area you'd like.
Okay, that particular video was how to add and edit links, and it'll be very useful. You can send them link to, say, your to a testimonial page, to your Joy to Live referral page, to any of your referral pages on Joy to Live, my JTL tools. If there are any questions about that particular video, press 5 star.
How many links can you put on there?
As many as you want. Okay, I'm going to assume there's no questions, so we're going to go to the next video, how to create and manage categories. Go ahead and click on that video. Linda, cut the recording off, please.
How to create and manage categories. Categories are a way to organize your blog posts into different sections and different topics. To create new categories, simply log into your WordPress blog and go to the post section, and you'll see a section called categories. In this example, I'm using the golf tips niche. So some example categories I could use are golf videos, golf articles, golf how-tos, how to improve your golf swing, and more. So let's put in golf videos. So I'm going to put golf videos as one of the categories for this blog. So any new blog posts I put related to golf videos would go under golf videos category. I can leave out the slug. It will automatically create a slug for me, which will be a URL-friendly version of the name. This helps with optimizing your pages and posts for search engines. For parent, I can leave it to none since this will be a main category, and I can simply click Add New Category. Now, if I want to add a subcategory under golf videos, I can simply enter it in. So I'm going to use golf swing as a subcategory of golf videos and choose golf videos as a parent. So if I have any golf videos related to golf swing, they will fall under that, and I add new category. So now you can see that there's a dash, meaning that it's a subcategory of golf videos.
Okay, that video was how to create and manage categories. If there's any questions about that particular video, press 5-star. Okay, if there's no questions, we're going to get to what everybody's been waiting on, actually how to go create a new blog post. So the next video says how to create a new blog post. Click on it. Linda, cut the recording off.
How to create a new blog post. The first thing you want to do is log into your WordPress dashboard. Under Post, you can click Add New. So this is where you write your new blog post. So this is my example blog post. The next thing I will do is choose a category. If you haven't created the categories that you need, you can always create it using the Add New Category link here. And then I will type in a category. And click Add New Category. And you can see now it's selected. So this blog post will fall under golf tips. Once you're happy with your blog post, you can either save the draft, preview it, or publish it. So I've published mine, and now I can view the post. And this is what it looks like. So in my categories section here, you can see golf tips. If I click golf tips category, you can see all the blog posts which are related to golf tips. If I click on all posts, I can see all the blog posts which I've created.
Okay, that was how to create a new blog post. If there's any questions about that particular video, press 5-star. Okay, I'm going to assume there's no questions. Then we're going to go to the next video, which is how to format a blog post. And this is like how to set your font sizes, your font colors, make stuff bold, that type of junk. So let's click on that video, how to format a blog post. Cut the recording off, Linda.
How to format a blog post. To format a blog post, simply go to your post section and selecting your blog post that you want to edit. The first thing you want to make sure you do is click on the visual editor, which will give you these options here. The first thing I want to do is make the first line of text bold. So I would highlight what I want and then clicking on bold. And as you can see, it's now emphasized using bolding. If I want to make a word italic, I can just select it and click italic. There's also more options if you click on this tool here, show hide kitchen sink. So if I want to underline a word or phrase, I can just highlight it, click on underline, and you can see the underline. If I want to change the color of some text, I will just highlight it and choose my color. If I want to make a list, I will just highlight the text I want and then either click unordered list or ordered list. An ordered list will give it numbers. Once you're done, you simply click update. If I click on view post, I can see the changes take effect, like so. So those are the basics of formatting a blog post.
So if there's any questions about that particular video, press 5-star. Okay, well, I'm going to assume there's no questions about that video. So next we're going to view the video that shows you how to add an image to your blog post or page. Click on that video that says how to add an image to a blog post or page. Linda, cut the recording off.
How to add an image to a blog post or page. Under the post section, select your post. I'm going to edit this blog post. And I want to add an image in between these lines here. At the top of the editor, you'll see Upload Insert. What you want to do is add an image, which is this little icon here. It'll bring up the image tool. Now you have several options here. You can select from your computer, you can select from a URL, your gallery, or media library. For this example, I'm going to select it from my hard drive. So this is the image I want to insert. Click Open. And now it's uploading, and now it's finished. I can name this image and an alternate text. And now you can also link the image to a URL. I don't want the link to go to the image again, so I'll just remove this. You can also align the image the way you want. We can select left, center, right, or none. I'm going to select center. And then choose a size. The full size image, large, medium, or thumbnail version. I'm going to select the full size. What you want to do next is not click Save All Changes, but instead insert into Post. And now you can see it's inserted. If I click Update, it should update the blog post with the image. And now let's view the post. And now you can see the image centered here. We can also edit the image once it's in place. Simply click on the image once and you'll see this option here called Edit Image. This will bring the image settings. And now I can change the size of the image as well using this here. I can also go to Advanced Settings, where I can add a border and spacing and all these other advanced settings. So that's how to add an image to a blog post or page. The same steps apply when you want to add a new image to a page.
Okay, that particular video showed you how to add an image to a blog post or a page. We're getting close to running out of time, so we're going to stop it there and continue the rest of them next week. So what I'd like to do is a little question and answer session about anything we've done so far. I'm sure there are some. And I'd also like Daniel to speak a little bit about how far he's gotten today when he went and created his domain name and installed his WordPress site. Daniel, are you there?
Yes, go ahead. I'm here. I signed up for WordPress this morning. I sat and watched all these videos, and then I have an account already with a domain name and hosting with GoDaddy, and I basically set up briefly what I wanted following these steps on WordPress. And then I called GoDaddy and told them what I wanted to do, and they took it all and set it up in GoDaddy, and it takes, they said, probably 24 hours to activate, but then my site should be up and running. And then I can go in and fine-tune it however I want. Back to you, John.
All righty.
Okay, John, you have a question from Ed. Go ahead with your question, Ed.
Yes, I was asking also, is it just as easy to take in, for example, for the images, with the MyJTL tools to put like the coffee or the picture of the fovea image on that? I was just curious in putting the images onto that. Or can you do that pretty easily?
Yeah.
By putting a fovea image or the coffee, something like that, into your blog? How do you put from the JTL tools, into your blog?
What I did, Ed, was I took and saved the image for fovea. I saved the image for coffee onto my computer, and then you go in just like they did and say, add from computer, click on it, boom, boom, and it's in there. And then you can resize it however you want.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
In order to save an image to your computer, you put your mouse over the top of the image and right-click, and then scroll down to where it says Save Image As, and then give it a name. prompt you as to what directory. I generally save mine to the desktop where they're easy to find. And then when I've uploaded them or done whatever I wanted to do with them, I put them in an images folder or keep folder or something like that, just not so my desktop don't stay cluttered up. That help any, Ed? Okay, any other questions?
You know, John, that's really, really awesome what you've put together, little 2 and 3 minute videos to explain how to do the whole thing. That is just so awesome.
Well, that's for people to where they're not having to get one great big long video and get ahead of themselves. In other words, they can click on the video, play it, get everything done on that particular video if they have to play it 2 or 3 times or whatever, and then go to the next video, and it just takes them through it step by step.
If you have any questions at all, now is the time. Please press 5 star. And Daniel, if you could take a moment and remind people how you first started with all of this, not being able to copy and paste, and how you've been able to progress through all of this, just taking little bits at a time.
Well, you just said it right there. You just take a little and work with it, master it, then you move on to the next section. And then you master it, and you move on to the next section. And pretty soon you aren't a master of anything. You just play around with it all.
Yeah, because the more that you do online, the more that you learn, the more that you figure out, and the more that you learn and figure out, the more you can do.
Well, that's true. And if you just take it as baby steps, and do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and I think the key thing is if you don't understand something or you're confused, research it, find out what it is and how it works, and then it's all pretty clear to you.
Yeah. And I think that, when people work with Facebook and they work with banners and they work a little bit with all of these things, that helps to give them the experience to be able to do bigger and fancier and more stuff. What do you think?
I agree. And the thing I've been finding out, if you do Safe List and people know you're working on Safe List and you got that down good, and then maybe you move to Google Plus, which is pretty easy to master, and then maybe to Facebook or something else, and the more of these you get in and the more people see, well, wait a minute, he's doing this and this and this and this, I want to follow that guy. I want to find out how he's doing it. He's got to know something. And you just keep getting more people following you, and the more people that follow you, sooner or later, and sometimes it's much later, but they do contact you and want to know what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
I know
I remember the day that you learned how to copy and paste. I remember the day that John told me, that's it, you're going to learn how to put a banner in. And, that was years ago, but I was so green I didn't know how to do banners myself either. And now we all do all of this stuff. So, don't be afraid to try things.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Do you have any more input on this, John?
Not really. WordPress can be set up where it's not only a blog, but it can be set up as a website also. I don't know if Terry is with us, but he has a person in his downline named Wayne Gerald who uses WordPress to build websites for some of Terry's people. Terry, are you there?
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, hi. Hi, John, Linda. I'm not understanding. What was the question, John?
Wayne Gerald, he uses WordPress to build websites for some of your downline, doesn't he?
Yeah. He uses it to build websites, custom websites for people, and then they can also turn that into a blog if they wanted to. But, I mean, what John's doing with blogging is a tremendous idea, but blogging gives you a long-term relationship it's nothing that you're going to get rich on immediately because you have to blog for a long time, to get a presence and following, but it can create substantial ongoing leads. There's some people that blog that, create thousands of leads a month, but they've been doing it for a while.
Right. You can also set it up as a website and drive traffic to your website. In other words, advertise your blog, and on that blog you can have multiple Joy to Live referral URLs where if you're just promoting a Joy to Live referral URL, that's all they're seeing. So if you can drive the traffic to the blog, you can give them more of the JTL experience, is what I call it.
Yeah, you can use capture pages and use alternate things, or you could send them to your website through the capture pages, and then through the messages that I think that you've created, you could put your blog in there, so it's on some of the follow-up emails it would actually go to people's blog as well, too.
Right, yeah. But I think one of the fascinating things about this, when I was setting it up today, I talked to two different people at GoDaddy, and, of course, when I told them what I wanted to advertise, they had questions about it. And when I told them it was Joy to Live, both of them wanted the URL so they could look it up because they had both heard about it and they wanted to know more about it.
That is awesome. We have a question from Silvert. Go ahead, Silvert.
Hi. This is really a magnificent operating organizational machine I'm looking at. I need examples. Say, for instance, we have all these named parts. So, for instance, there's theme, there are links, and a few others to name and organize things. I don't know how I would go about, because I look at this almost like a great big organizational chart. So I'm not quite sure on what branch or what level or what tier I would name things. For example, where would something like Fulvia go? Or if I wanted to arrange things by states, like Florida, or I wanted to separate those things, maybe food stuff. Well, the coffee kind of goes into two categories. It's food and it's good for you as well. But if I wanted to break down the parts, like if I had the food and I had the probiotic and things like that, I'm not quite understanding on what tier or what level will I name or break down things, or is it totally up to me? If that makes any sense to anybody.
John, isn't the beauty of this is that as everybody creates their own, that they can pretty much create whatever is in their heart to create?
That's entirely right. You're not stuck with something that's already made for you. In other words, if you want your, like you said, your Fulvia under the first link, your coffee the second link, or so on. No,
right.
You design your WordPress site the way you want it.
The way I want it. Okay. All right. The way it makes.
Awesome. That's an awesome question. Thank you.
Thank you.
But added on to that, like I did, now I put improving my health as a head topic, and then I put 3-4 subtopics underneath it and addressed like phobia, coffee, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's any way you want to do it.
Okay. Sounds good. Makes it easy. Easier. Awesome demonstration. Very good job. I'm enjoying this so much.
Well, that's an awesome question. Thank you so much. Okay, our next question comes from area code 919. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Tony. I was just wondering, is there any thought about doing maybe a postcard co-op, or are there postcards available?
There are postcards available. I believe they're in your Joy to Live back office, aren't you, Daniel?
Yes. There's coffee postcards back there. I don't know if they've got any of the rest back there yet or not. I haven't looked lately, but I know there's coffee postcards back there.
Yeah,
and
there are coffee postcards, but I was talking about maybe a general type postcard for Joy to Live.
All right, I believe there's some in the Fun to Be Rich back office. Have you checked there?
Yes.
All right. If there's not,
and they have the new postcards that they're sending out in the new members Joy to Live welcome kit.
Isn't that the
and
coffee?
I'm not sure if they have those new postcards in the back office or not yet.
So they do have new postcards. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Right, and as far as co-ops, I don't recommend co-ops because you're advertising. You cannot guarantee any sign-ups on advertising, because advertising, you can get a good response or you can get a totally no response at all.
Well, that better be.
If co-op shares, people get upset if they don't get sign-ups, and they bought co-op shares.
Yeah,
I don't recommend co-ops at all.
Yeah, they don't need to be joining no co-ops then. That's the way it is, because, that's a chance you're taking.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you do decide that you're going to join a co-op, go into it. But you're probably
I have
not
to go
going
see
to get
somebody.
Go into it.
I didn't
you're
quite hear
probably
you.
not going to get any sign-ups, and if you get a sign-up, be thrilled to death about it. But don't go into a co-op expecting sign-ups, because it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm very, very familiar with that.
Okay.
And I think, Tony, that's part of why we do these calls and teach everybody how to do these things, is because if you have the knowledge of how to do it for yourself and your team, then you don't really need a co-op.
Well,
if everybody does a little advertising every day, it works for everybody.
Yeah, that was just a little added. Yeah, you can do different things, and that's just one of them that I do. That's all.
Awesome question. Thank you so much. And does anybody else have any questions today? Okay. Any questions about Joy to Live in general before we adjourn today? Okay. I'd like to remind everybody that winter is coming, and when winter gets here and the weather gets bad in a lot of the cold states, internet traffic will go up. It has started going up a little bit, but as it gets colder in some states and people don't like to go outside, they will turn to the internet looking for ways to make money online for the holidays and to pay off their bills after the holidays. So now is a good time still. It's a great time to set up your advertising, to set up your safe list, your Facebook, your blog here, whatever you want to create. It's still a wonderful time to create it. And I think that John and everybody, you guys have done an awesome job putting this stuff together. Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome. And as far as the rest of the videos, y'all can feel free to go ahead and watch them and go through them, but we will be going through the rest of the videos next week also.
Well, I'm looking forward to next week, and I know that a lot of people are also. And so if there's no final questions or comments, anything more we need to do, John?
That's it.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and hopefully this helps everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.